The Wise Old Man and the Village Story. The village lay nestled between gentle hills and wide, open fields, where life moved slowly and everyone knew each other. Dusty paths wound past small, colorful homes, and old trees leaned toward one another, sharing quiet secrets. Every morning began with the soft crow of roosters and the smell of fresh bread. Evenings were filled with laughter, soft chatter, and the golden glow of the sunset. Life was simple, and people moved through it patiently, guided by nature and tradition. At the edge of the village stood a small, weathered house with a wooden bench beneath a large, leafy tree. That bench belonged to the wise old man, Mr. Elias. Though most villagers simply called him the Old Man, everyone respected him deeply. He had lived here for as long as anyone could remember, and his calm presence felt like part of the landscape itself. Children loved sitting near him, adults sought his quiet advice, and even strangers felt comforted by his steady eyes. Elias had hair as white as winter snow and hands roughened by years of hard work. His back was slightly bent, but his eyes were sharp and kind. He rarely spoke more than necessary, yet every word he said carried weight. People listened, not because he demanded it, but because they felt the wisdom behind his silence. He had lived through many seasons of joy, loss, success, and mistakes, and he carried those experiences with a quiet dignity. For decades, Elias had guided the village in small ways, offering a listening ear, a gentle question, or a quiet suggestion. He never forced advice on anyone, understanding that lessons are only learned when a person is ready. His calm presence reminded everyone that life was not a race and that patience often bore the best results. Many young villagers, however, didn't always appreciate this wisdom. They wanted faster solutions, bigger harvests, and quicker rewards. One spring, the village elected a new leader named Daniel. He was young, full of energy, and brimming with ideas. His words flowed confidently, and villagers admired his boldness. Daniel promised growth, progress, and fast results. He believed hesitation was weakness and patience a waste of time. The older villagers worried that his decisions might ignore the lessons of experience, but they hoped for the best. Soon, a major decision arose. The village needed more farmland, and Daniel suggested cutting down part of the old forest nearby. That forest had stood for generations, protecting the soil, controlling rainfall, and sheltering animals. The elders felt uneasy, remembering the stories of past floods and soil erosion. Elias was invited to speak. When he did, he spoke calmly and clearly, explaining that the forest was more than just trees. Its removal could bring serious consequences that would not appear immediately. Daniel thanked him politely but ignored his advice. He trusted modern tools and his own confidence. The villagers began clearing the forest, opening up new land for crops. At first, everything seemed to go well. Daniel felt proud, and many villagers cheered the apparent success. Elias returned to his bench, watching quietly, saying nothing. He had learned long ago that rushing wisdom only made its value visible later. Then the rains came. They were heavier than anyone expected, pouring relentlessly for days. Without the forest to slow the water, rain rushed down the hills, carrying topsoil with it. Fields flooded, crops were ruined, and mudslides blocked the village roads. The river swelled dangerously, threatening homes and animals. Panic spread, and people worked tirelessly to protect what they could, but nothing seemed to help. Daniel tried quick fixes and emergency solutions, but nothing held. Exhausted and worried, he finally went to Elias, who was sitting on his bench as the rain fell. Elias didn't scold or say, "I warned you." He simply invited Daniel to sit, letting him feel the gravity of the situation and the lessons it carried. After a long silence, Elias spoke gently about experience, patience, and foresight. He explained that life teaches lessons slowly, and ignoring those lessons comes at a cost. Daniel listened carefully, regret washing over him. He realized that confidence alone cannot replace the understanding that only comes from living through many seasons and observing carefully. The village slowly began to recover. Trees were replanted, riverbanks reinforced, and fields restored. Elias guided quietly, offering wisdom only when asked. Daniel became a different kind of leader. He listened, considered advice, and respected the past. Over time, the forest returned, the crops thrived, and the village learned to value the balance between youth, energy, and experience. Years later, Elias passed away peacefully in his sleep. The villagers mourned him but also celebrated his life by planting a young tree near his home. Under its shade, they gathered to remember him and the lessons he had imparted. In every careful decision, every thoughtful choice, the wisdom of the old man continued to live on. Moral of the story: experience teaches lessons,